This 1947 Ferguson tractor runs on petrol and paraffin. Here are some instructions for those not familiar with the tractor. Are the tyres pumped up? If not, a pump is kept in the bottom cupboard of the unit in the barn. A faster pump is an electrically driven one and would be much preferable. Aim to have the pressure of the rear tyres at 12 psi and the front ones at 26 psi. Next, is there enough fuel present? Open the bonnet by pulling it up from the centre near the steering wheel. If it is sticking, check the catches on each side that they are not holding it down. There's one on both the right and the left sides. Check the level of petrol in the small tank at the left side. Use a torch or a clean stick to find out the level. Top it up with unleaded petrol from the jerry can. Next, check the paraffin level, or the mixture of kerosene and petrol, which is kept in the big tank in the centre. If it is low, pour out 5 litres kerosene heating oil from a jerry can marked kerosene into the small plastic container which contains 5 litres. Since paraffin is no longer generally available nowadays, this is a way around it by having an equal mixture of kerosene and petrol for the fuel. Don't fill the big fuel tank too full, as on uneven ground the fuel can slosh around and escape from the small hole in the fuel cap, making a mess. In the same way, add 5 litres petrol to the small plastic container and then put that into the big central tractor tank to make an equal mixture of both. Next, check the water level and top it up as necessary to just below the overflow pipe. Lastly, connect up the negative black battery lead to the negative on the battery using a spanner to tighten it up. This spanner is located near the back of the barn, near the tractor. Make sure the bonnet is properly pushed down and cannot be pulled up easily. It may be that catches on each side do not secure it properly, as they may not be working fully at present. Before starting the tractor, make sure the garage doors are open, as the exhaust fumes are toxic. Prop them open with bricks or breeze blocks, which are stored just outside the barn doors. The glass fuel chamber has a screw lever which should be turned fully clockwise into the off position. Turn on the tap or lever of the small petrol tank to the horizontal position, this being in line with the direction of the fuel pipe. Turn the key clockwise and the left amp meter needle should flick left. Set the accelerator throttle lever on the right side of the steering wheel to about 1/3 of the way down from its top position, which is its idling speed. Hold out the choke fully and at the same time engage the gear lever to the S or starting position, or if this doesn't work, put the lever slightly to the left of the S until the engine starts to turn, whereupon release the gear lever from the S position. If it sounds as if the engine might stall, increase the engine speed by pulling down the accelerator a bit. Keep holding the choke out for 1 to 2 minutes and gradually push it in as the engine settles to a steady speed. If no engine sound is heard, use the starting handle, which is located at the right side of the body of the tractor. Fit the starting handle end through the hole in the front, and once it engages, turn the handle clockwise quickly about 2 to 3 times. Wrap some cloth such as a handkerchief round your hand for comfort, and the engine should start. Three hints on driving the tractor. Once the engine is running evenly after 1 to 2 minutes, the tractor can be driven. The clutch is on the left foot pedal and the brake on the right. Ensure the brake is freed before moving off by pushing down the pedal, which will release the ratchet holding it. After 5 minutes, once the engine is warm, the fuel should be changed from the small petrol only tank to the big tank with the kerosene petrol mixture. Turn on the kerosene by turning the tap anti-clockwise. Turn off the petrol only tap to the vertical position. Keep the tractor running on the kerosene petrol mixture from the big tank until your work is done. To change gear, put the throttle in the midpoint, depress the clutch on the left side and engage the next gear and gradually let the clutch out. Before turning off the engine, turn clockwise the tap on the glass fuel container and turning on the petrol supply from the small tank. Let the engine run on petrol only for about 5 minutes. Keep the tractor outside during this process. Put on the right foot brake and engage the ratchet. Ensure the gear lever is in neutral. Turn off the tractor's engine as soon as it enters the barn to avoid fumes filling the barn. Turn the key anti-clockwise and the engine will stop. Disconnect the negative black lead from the battery and leave it loose. Keep both barn doors open until the place has been ventilated sufficiently. Leave the key in the ignition so that it can be easily found by the next person.